existential government is based on the existential concept of no creation, no evolution, no subject-object duality, as given by the subjectivity and objective existence. That these are the matter that contain the idea, and the idea that contain matter. As we know, the objectivity of existence is infinity, that by its essence cannot be added to, subtracted from, have a center point and periphery that hold to be indivisible. This criteria hold infinity to be indivisible. It is without subject-object duality. However, creationist view of existence and dialectical materialist view of existence contrast to the existence of subjects and objects only based themselves on the existence of a finite being within the bounds of infinity. This is assumed creation by design and evolution by chance within existence in order to engage existence as a given manifest that actualize a health science for their own food science, sex science, and thought science. However, the idea that contains the matter and the matter that contains the idea is the subjective objectivity of existence as given as non-dual and as infinite, respectively. Thus, any semblance of attempt to circumvent infinity and non-duality, so to say, is nothing other than contempt of court. Concept and persons are refined individual under God, that is the basis of the Constitution of the United States, is to my understanding based on Hegelian inclusive and spurious infinity. Inclusive and spurious infinity that assume a finite being that is in dialectics with an infinite being. That being the being of one under God, even with the sexual undertone, is a negation of infinity and hence non-duality that cannot be many or one. Infinity cannot be said to be many or one. That is the negation of the subjectivity and objective existence that is behind the creation, the Big Bang, the origin of the species, then the intelligence design leading our world into an unwanted end of civilization. The rejection of every idea that is outside the essential subject and object, necessarily and sufficiently, is what has given us the so-called global one. The rejection of every idea that is outside the essential subject and object, necessarily and sufficiently, is what has given us the so-called global warming. The only way we can solve the problem is by understanding of the fact simplicity is a concept of both natural and social working class. Natural and social working class that assume the creation of the finite being in infinity and the germination of industrial seed that is in the image of germination of the Milky Way galaxy within the bounds of indivisibility and hence non-relationship infinity. It is imperative that our people would not lose sight of the subjectivity and objectivity that reside in their own self. That is not other than their own self. The scientists, the religious leaders, and social thinkers, on the basis of their faith, scientific findings, and social politics, reduce existential society to the sum total of different manifests, where democracy and equal right to each is the right that's guaranteed by law. They reason wrongly to hold that democracy is something that's given to different manifests in existence. They fail to know the fact that democracy and objectivity and subjectivity is only guaranteed in existence due to the individual essence of the essential society. It is only under such vigilance that our people can overcome the idealist and materialist outlook as the basis of creationist and evolutionary view of the world that religion and science uses to lead the people into the abyss of ignorance and ill will.